Today's video is just going to be a little exploring video. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm along this stream right here, and if you look, you can see there's a big high limestone bank that runs along the edge of it. And when I was a kid, I used to run around out here a lot and look for caves and stuff, and I found quite a few caves up that way, up in the woods and stuff, and some of them are pretty good size, some of them are really small, but none of them have running water in them. And that leads us to what I'm doing today. Yeah, that's a long story. Anyway, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Although it's not flowing right now, if you look right here, this used to be a spring, and water would gush out of the hillside right here. And I've always thought about that and wondered if there might be a cave up in that bank right there. And I came down here about, like I said, 3 months ago, or maybe I didn't say that, I might have edited that part. But I came down here about 3 months ago and started looking at this area, thinking I might be able to dig something out. Yeah, look at this too. And if you look right here, you can see water gushes out here. See how it's all clean? It's like holes going back in here, even through these roots right here. That's not where an animal dug. That's where water has come out during floods. I think I saw another one down here too, as I was getting ready to do the video. And there's another one. That's not an animal hole. That's where water comes out during floods, comes out of the ground here. You can see where it comes out here too. So I came down here and started looking around. I saw something that was very, very curious. Look at the stream bank right here. It comes up, kind of levels off, and goes up really steep. And it's flat, 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 flat all the way across, except for here. It dips down, and it goes out that way, okay? What the heck is this dip? Now, if I've already published the other video, you already know, but I'm going to tell you again in case you haven't seen it. This dip is where a bunch of water flows out of this bank during floods. Okay, now what I did the last time I was here, I was so interested in it that I started digging it out by hand. I didn't have a shovel or anything like that. I just had, hands, and I was digging out the dirt and the rocks to see if it went down into a cave entrance, okay? I could hear water running down there, and there was water running out into the stream down there. So this is the hole that I dug right here. And I went ahead and filled it back in with these logs so nothing would fall in it. But if you can see, I didn't dig this part out. That's where the water coming out of this big limestone bank right here has pushed all this dirt. See how it dips down here and it dips down here. You see all the rocks, see how they're clean and washed. It has pushed all the dirt down here into the stream. That would have taken a lot of water, so I'm thinking that there's probably a nice cave here. When I dug it out last time, I hit water, I could see water. I was really kind of worried that, we'd have to go scuba diving to get through it. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to try to dig a channel down through here so that it drops down some, so that if we hit water again, it can drain out. And we're going to go ahead and dig this hole out again. I'm going to pull the logs out, throw them up on the bank. I brought a shovel and a pickmatics right there. And we're going to try to dig this out today and see if it's possible that we can get in it. I have a feeling that if we get in this one, we'll be the first ones that have ever been in this one. And it could be fabulous because there's a giant mountain behind me that has caves in it. Not one of them has running water. So this is underneath all of that. It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it. I will turn the camera back on once we get down there a ways, and I have something to show you, hopefully. So you can see I've already started digging this out, and I've been throwing the logs up here so we can put them back in the hole so no one falls in this brand new hole we're going to dig. But look at this. That's a solid limestone ledge right there, and it goes straight down about 3 or 4 feet if I remember correctly. And then I can see where it's going off underneath the hillside that way, and there's water flowing through it. So I'm really excited about this. We're going to have some digging to do. We'll try to get some of these little sticks out of there because we're going to have to pick these up eventually. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I'm getting all excited. I got to make sure I get those on the other side of that log to keep rolling back in. All right. Let's pull this big one out of here if we can. We're feeling strong. You're feeling strong. Okay. Hey, jeez. That's a heavy one. All right, I'm going to set this over here too. Might not put that one back in because that thing's pretty heavy. Luckily for us, yeah, that'd be good. We have a nice bench right here that we can sit on and rest like we're going to do right now. Well, maybe not. Let's look. Yeah, see how these are all washed? Look. And I don't hear water today, so that's a good sign. So we may not have to dig that trench down to the stream. All right, let me grab my shovel and get to it. So I've been here like an hour and a half digging through the clay and the rocks and the roots. And it's a lot harder than I was hoping it was going to be. When I was first here, the water had pushed all the clay out of the rocks. So I was able to dig right down by that cliff there with no problem. But now that I'm working further out, it's just hard clay and roots. And this is all I've dug so far. You can see I dug this big hole here. I'm throwing the dirt back this way. I'm going to try to take it straight down until I hit that layer where the water was. And you can see it's going to be pretty easy digging back in there. That's still open back there, so hopefully it'll get a little easier. If it doesn't, we won't make it today, but we'll come back for sure. I am finding some bones. I don't know if they're human, but they're bones. Probably just washing up the hill. All right, let me get back to it. My diet mountain shouting's almost out though, so I may not last too much longer. Another half hour has gone by, and I've dug it down to the point now where I want to look at it with a flashlight. It's pretty tough. By the way, I did find this little doodad in there. There's a lot of trash coming down off that bank right there, so. But anyway, let's go down and take a look and see where we're at right now. What do you say? You can see there's this big ledge right here. This is the main ledge that was cleaned out in the first video. You could see that. There's a rock there that is actually loose, so we'll be able to move that. But if you look down in there, it doesn't look, well, it doesn't look real great yet. But you see there's some water. That was running pretty fast the last time we were here. And I just can't tell if it's going to be big enough for us to get through. Certainly isn't yet, but we can dig all this out right here. This is just stuff that's washed down over the years. I'm hopeful. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work though. We'll probably have to come back another day. This is probably going to turn out to be like a 10-part video. Sorry about that. We're going to keep going though. I still have some mountain shouting, so we shall carry forth. Well, I'm still going at it, and we're definitely getting down there. Unfortunately, we are hitting water. There's definitely some water here. The good, well, which is bad because a passage going into the hillside could be flooded. And that's not a good thing. We can get through it, but it's not a good thing. But we're lucky in that the stream down there is lower than this water level. So in theory, we can dig a trench down to the stream and drain it. Let me go ahead and show you what we're dealing with so far. You can see I've dug it out a fair amount. That's that crack that goes back. And you can see there's some water in there. And that goes down in there. Look at that. Kind of muddy because I dropped some mud in there. Yeah, it's cloudy because I brought mud in there, but you can see it goes back in that way too. So I'm very hopeful. This big ledge right here actually wiggles a little bit, so I'll be able to get that out of there, but I'm probably going to have to get a friend or two to come help me. We'll have to move these big rocks my feet are on, enlarging and bigging the hole, make it bigly. I'm gonna dig some more. We're gonna keep going for a while, and if it gets exciting, I'll turn the camera on, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna turn the camera on anyway. So back at it. So let me go ahead and show you what we have so far. I'm probably just about done, actually. This is that little trench that leads up to the hole. You can see these are all the rocks that I dug out today, and some pretty good sized ones. And that's the hole. Those big rocks down in there are loose. I'm trying to get them out, but I think they're too heavy for me. I'm probably going to have to either get some friends or maybe get a little electric winch or something, or come along and get them up out of there. That big lens there is loose too, so I might be able to yank it out of there as well. I'm hoping. Otherwise, there's no hope. Well, unfortunately, I'm pretty much at a standstill. I have dug down to the water, and there's some big rocks down there that are loose, but I can't move them. They're just too heavy for me, so I'm gonna have to either bring some tools to break them up or bring some friends to lift them up. Probably bring some friends next time. I think the water is about a foot or two higher than the stream down there, so I'm hopeful we can get it drained out, because if we can't, this might be just like a drought season expedition or cave that we might be able to get into. I'm tired. You can see what I've done. I've dug it down, followed the ledge. Those big rocks are actually loose. We're going to go down and look at them in a minute. But I wanted to show you the rock here. Isn't this cool? This is limestone with quartz inside of it. And what's happened is the rainwater, which has percolated down through the ground, is somewhat acidic, and it's dissolved, and this is how caves are formed. It dissolves the limestone and it leaves the quartz behind. So this actually is really, really sharp. It would probably draw blood if you brushed against that very hard, but isn't that beautiful? Anyhow, I wanted to show you that one too. That's cool. All right, so let's jump down in there, see if we can find my flashlight. Got a few more animal bones for you. That's a vertebrae. It's probably a deer. Flashlight. Here we are. All right. Hold your breath. I hope we can crawl out of here. I'm sure we can. So these rocks are all loose right here, but they're too heavy for me. I lifted out all the ones I could. But I wanted to give you a quick peek down in here. So you can see the water. You can see how those are nice and clean, those rocks down there. So we know water flows through there. And if you look way back in there, you can see the same thing. It's nice and clean. It doesn't look like much there, but this whole ledge in front of me, this ledge right here, that's loose. So we can break that apart probably. And if you look down in there, hopefully you can see, when the water was more clear, it actually opens up underwater there. You can see there's much bigger cavity than it really appears. And I've been like pushing rocks down in there as trying to clean it out, and they just plopped away to nowhere. So there's some potential here. So I'm not as hopeful as I was. We're definitely going to come back. What do you say? So what do you think? We should come back? I think we should. Mosquitoes all over me. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's little adventure. If we have to dig a trench down to the stream to drain this, which we might, it's probably going to take a couple more trips. I don't think a siphon will work because I don't think we're high enough above the stream for siphon to work, but we might be able to rig something up or wait a month, and if it gets drier. It's been really wet this year. In fact, we had a big flood here just 2 weeks ago. So, all right, we'll see you on the next one. I hope.